Well, that was a little uneventful, but nonetheless, Tom Brady tops the New England Patriots, his former team that he played 20 years for in his illustrious NFL career, going into Foxborough, taking care of business on Sunday Night Football, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers advance to 3-1, while the Patriots kind of fall down to the bottom of the totem pole in the AFC East. It seems like, you got the Jets to compete with, but the Jets also won. The Dolphins lost as well. So there's three teams right now in the AFC East that are 1-3, and the Buffalo Bills are looking really, really pretty with their victory against the Houston Texans. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Time2Football. My name is Hassan Khan, the host of this channel that you like to call Time2Football. Glad you guys could join us on this Monday morning. I know Monday mornings are kind of iffy. You guys are going into work. Don't really look forward to it. I know that for you people that also, we have a younger audience that goes to school. When you hear the Sunday Night Football theme, at least it was the case for me growing up, that was a good reminder to do my homework. Pink back in the day, Faith Hill back in the day, Carrie Underwood, whenever they would sing, I'd be like, oh gosh, dang it, I have homework to do. So maybe that's the case for you, and you're going back to school. If that's the case, I'm sorry. That sucks. School sucks. It's okay. But if you're tuning in on work, hopefully you guys have the flexibility to tune in while you guys are working. And we're going to recap everything that happened this past Sunday with Week 4 of the 2021 NFL season. It's not over yet. We still have a Monday Night Football game as well between the Raiders and the Chargers, AFC West matchup. Two very high-powered offenses. Never thought we would say that with the Raiders in the beginning of the season, but that is the case with Derek Carr passing the ball out of his mind. We're going to be previewing that via WinView Games on this episode of Time to Football and answering any sort of questions that you guys leave in the chat. Speaking of the chats, let's go ahead and acknowledge some of you guys. Morning and happy Monday to all. Octavio, happy Monday to you. What are we doing about Tyson Williams moving forward, Jeremy? Good morning to you as well. So Tyson inactive because Le'Veon Bell was activated off the practice squad to the active roster, and he didn't really do much at all. So I think that Tyson is just, you're going to have to hold him. I don't know what this Ravens offense is thinking. I don't know what John Harbaugh is thinking. Hold him. You can't really sell him at this point. You got to hold. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miguel. How you doing? Monday through Friday check-in. What a disaster weekend for my 0-4. My fantasy team sucks. Dude, I'm sorry. Who picked up a victory? I mean, there's still the Monday Night Football game, so anything could happen. So, leave your comments down below if you feel like that you need someone to pop off on Monday Night Football, whether it be Darren Waller, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert. Leave your comments. Let us know how many points are you down by, and which player do you need to pop off in order to pull out a victory. I, for some reason, in my main league, am about to be 4-0. So Deebo Samuel, has a lot to do with that, with his amazing game yesterday. And David Montgomery before he got hurt as well, which we'll be getting into when we talk about NFL news and notes. Yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling, but the thing is, I'm 4-0, but I'm not the top scoring team in my league. So is anybody else in that instance where you're like, yeah, I'm 4-0, 3-1, but I know that like there's a lot on my team that I need to change. That's the case with me. There's a lot I need to fix and clean up on my team. So Miguel saying I need Herbert and Eckler. It could happen. It could happen. Can we trust Lamb moving forward? Dak seems to love his tight ends instead, or was it just game script? This is by Octavio. Listen, dude, I'm going to be talking about Lamb tomorrow on tomorrow's show when I talk about trade targets. Buy low on CeeDee Lamb right now. You have to buy low. You have to. The name value is there. The talent is there. It's just a matter of time. They've just been running the ball. Game script is allowing Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard to be the main backs and the main stars of the show right now. But when they pass the ball, Mari Cooper might take targets away from CeeDee Lamb. I would put a lot of investment on CeeDee Lamb. And listen, if you don't trust CeeDee Lamb, just wait until he has a big game, and then you can trade him away. But for now, if CeeDee Lamb is out there on a different team, I'd buy low on him. And that's what I would do. We're going to answer more of your questions in just a bit later on in the end of the show. Again, if you guys are just joining us, this is a daily podcast that we do Monday through Friday on this channel, 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But for now, what we talk about every day is NFL news and notes that's going around the league. The biggest news right now is that Tom Brady has set the NFL record for the most passing yards in a career. 80,560 yards passing, passes Drew Brees yesterday. Just needed 68 yards going into it, and he passed it. It was very uneventful, but that's okay. That was okay. He did it. He got it done. Tom Brady, passing yards leader. No one ever will pass him because he's going to continue to play for the next 10 years. 10,000 years. Golly. His former backup, Jimmy Garoppolo, he hurt his calf with the 49ers, and he missed the second half of football against the Seattle Seahawks. Trey Lance came in and took over. Now, the news right now is that Jimmy Garoppolo said to himself that he's going to be expecting to miss at least a couple weeks, and Trey Lance is going to be set to start for the 49ers for at least the next 2 weeks. So we'll monitor that calf status here on Time to Football for the next couple of weeks. Trey Lance is going to be the go-to guy moving forward. David Montgomery, he looked like he was in a lot of pain when he got hurt. He's going to get an MRI here today. Now, he had a great game before he did get hurt. Damian Williams came in even before David Montgomery got hurt. Looked great. He had a touchdown, had a long run. Montgomery gets hurt. They rely on him. 8 carries, 55 yards, a touchdown. They'll be fine moving forward with Damian Williams for the time being. Now, the hope is that it's just an hyperextension. This is according to Ian Rappaport of NFL Network. He says that it's just a hyperextension. That's what a lot of people believe. So whenever there's initial reports saying that, okay, there's no reason to really worry that much, I don't think there's really too much concern, with the results coming back. Let's say, for instance, he does tear his ACL, whatever it may be. But that would be a huge blow to this already depleted Chicago Bears offense, but I don't think it is. He was walking off on his own power. Not his own power, had to get a little bit of assistance, but max, it seems like 4 to 6 weeks, I would say, would be the timetable. Earliest, I would say maybe, hey, next week or two, he could be coming back. But expect to miss a few weeks out of David Montgomery. Damian Williams comes in as the backup. Teddy Bridgewater, he suffered a concussion. Drew Lock came in, did not put up a single point for the Denver Broncos. They need Teddy Bridgewater in. Suffered a concussion. He missed the second half of football. He's going to get evaluated, go through the whole concussion protocol. Status is unclear for next week, but I'd assume that he were to pass that, and if it weren't too serious, he would be playing moving forward. Logan Thomas suffered a hamstring injury against the Atlanta Falcons. He missed that game, the rest of the game against the Atlanta Falcons, which was it more of a Washington comeback or Atlanta Falcons blown lead? Logan Thomas was not necessary for that. I mean, we knew that from the beginning. So, Thomas, I expect him to miss maybe a week or two, and then he might be coming back, maybe even more. But Thomas, hamstring injury. Kenneth Murray, talented linebacker. He's going to be out tonight for the Chargers. He suffered an ankle injury in practice. He was carted off the field on Saturday. Not the best way to spend your Saturday. Kenneth Murray is going to be out here tonight. Tua Tagovailoa expected to return in Week 6 with a ribs injury, bruised ribs. They already put a timetable on him. Said Week 6. Jacoby Brissett is going to start next week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which would be, all right, go ahead and lock in that Bucs win right there. That's going to be brutal for the Dolphins offense. But after that, they got a pretty easy matchup. I don't want to say easy. No team in the NFL is easy, but favorable. I'll say that, favorable. Favorable matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars for the offense, for the Dolphins offense at least. And Tua is going to be making his return, we expect, in that game. And then finally, Romeo Okwara, the talented edge rusher of the Detroit Lions, very underrated, double-digit sacks just last year. He suffered a torn Achilles, according to Dan Campbell, the head coach, and he's going to be missing the remainder of the season. He is out. Detroit Lions defense already depleted without Jeff Okudah. Now loses one of their best defensive players on that team, especially when you got rid of Jamie Collins as well. You needed that edge rusher. So he is out, going to be missing the season. And that is your NFL news and notes for today. Moving forward with what we learned this past Sunday. 10 takeaways that we learned this past Sunday in week 4 of the 2021 NFL season. The week is not over yet, like I stated. Still Monday Night Football left to play. But I want to nail in on 10 things that we learned this past Sunday. Now, the first 2 things involve Brady, Belichick, Patriots, Buccaneers. I want to get into that. Keep this with an open mind. I'm not biased. This is just from what I've seen, being a fan of the NFL for so long, and what I saw last night, okay? Takeaway number 1, Bill Belichick had just as much to do with the dynasty as Tom Brady. That is what we learned yesterday. I'm not saying that one is over the other. I'm not saying that it's Brady's responsible. He carried the weight. I'm not saying that Belichick's responsible. Even keel. Just as even as Myles Gaskin's floor versus ceiling in fantasy football. It's like the same. 2 carries, 3 yards. Gosh, that was disgusting. But Brady and Belichick are on the same level as far as which one led the dynasty. Because I know that was the question. I know it was, okay, well, Brady proved by going to the Buccaneers that he won a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick. So he proved that he was responsible for the Patriots dynasty because Bill Belichick didn't do anything with the Patriots team that he had. Well, last night proved, okay, Bill Belichick, he competed and he outsmarted Tom Brady in a lot of assets. So I think they were both responsible for that Patriots dynasty. I think at this point, close the book. It's over. Discussion is over. They're both 50-50. They both did their part. They both contributed. No one is higher than the other. Bill Belichick had a great part to do with it. Tom Brady had a great part to do with it. They both are amazing. Takeaway number 2. This is another Bill Belichick, Tom Brady takeaway. Again, unbiased, just from watching the game. And leave your thoughts in the chat as well if you think otherwise. But Bill Belichick, last night, lost the game. But when you talk about Belichick versus Brady, I think Belichick had the upper hand last night. I mean, I know that Tom Brady fanboys are going to come after me. I understand. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Tom Brady. I really am. I loved seeing the history, and I think I'm one of the few people that likes to soak up the moment and likes to soak up the history that we watch, and I know that this is never going to happen again, seeing someone play as long as he's been playing, and I want to see those records keep on continuing to get broken. But last night, it proved that Bill Belichick can game plan against almost anyone. It really did. And I don't know if that's because he knew Tom Brady and what kind of player he was, but if you want to talk about, okay, the Bucs versus Patriots, the Bucs won, which is the most important thing. Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady, that battle last night, I'm going to give the edge to Bill Belichick. He put a lot of pressure on Tom Brady. And the reason I give him the victory, moral victory, I guess, Bill Belichick, is the team that Bill Belichick has with the Patriots versus the team that the Bucs have with Tom Brady. We went into this day. I think 83% of people, according to what they showed on Sunday Night Football last night, of fans voted for the Buccaneers to win by like double digits. I think everybody expected the Buccaneers to just blow the Patriots out of the water. That didn't happen. And so it was a little bit more even, and I think we have to give Belichick a lot more credit for that with the team and the talent that he has that's so depleted versus the talent of the Buccaneers, one of, if not the most talented team in the NFL. So Belichick just kind of fought and battled with Tom Brady, kept up with them. So takeaway number 2, I think that Belichick beat Tom Brady. If you want to talk about Belichick versus Tom Brady. Bucs versus Patriots. Bucs won. Rams, this is takeaway number 3. Rams are not bulletproof. Kyler Murray is playing at an MVP level. Nothing can stop him. He's all the way up. The Rams defense has holes. Kyler Murray exposed it. Rams offense has holes. Cliff Kingsbury in the defense exposed it. The Rams, are they the best team in the NFL? I don't know. Jimmy Garoppolo, takeaway number 4, should remain the starter for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, he's going to be out for the next couple of weeks with a calf injury. But Trey Lance, he had his flashes. He had his flashes. But in winning football games, it's Jimmy Garoppolo, I feel like, is the best option. Now, if you want to think about like, okay, the growth of someone, yeah, I agree. Like you got to put the rookie quarterback into the fire, let him learn, let him make his mistakes. But as far as winning the football games, for the 49ers, at least this season, the best option at quarterback, what I learned, takeaway number 4, Jimmy Garoppolo should be the starter. Takeaway number 5, the Steelers offense may struggle like this all season long. I have a lot of faith in Mike Tomlin. I really do. And that's the only factor that's making me consider, oh, he's a good coach. He's going to turn things around. It'll be fine. I mean, it's been 4 weeks at this point, and the Steelers offense has just not been looking great. And I think the Steelers offense is going to continue to struggle all year long. So whether it's Ben Roethlisberger, whether it's like they don't run with Najee Harris enough, I don't know. Something's got to change over there. Takeaway number 6, Teddy Bridgewater is vital for a playoff push for the Denver Broncos. Drew Lock came in, did not put up a single point against the Baltimore Ravens. It was against the Ravens, the toughest test yet, but 3-0 start. Teddy Bridgewater, he was responsible for a lot of that. Accurate, one of the more accurate quarterbacks in the NFL this season. Bridgewater is the guy for Broncos, and if they want to make a playoff push, at least for the wild card race, Teddy Bridgewater needs to stay healthy and needs to be the quarterback. Next takeaway, Justin Fields will be fine. I know everybody freaked out about that game against the Cleveland Browns. First NFL game, tough defense. First time he played first team players. It's okay. Then he had somewhat of a decent game against the Detroit Lions. So he'll be fine. He'll be fine in the NFL. He's just going to continue to get better. Don't worry about Justin Fields. He'll be a good player. Takeaway number 8, the Eagles need to get better within the 5-yard line. Okay, red zone percentage, efficiency. Not that bad. Not bad at all. I think going into the game, it was like 83%, 85% touchdown efficiency in the red zone. But when they get within the 5-yard line, we've seen this in the last 2 home games. I don't know what it is. The play calling just all of a sudden breaks down. Nick Sirianni, the offensive coordinators, I don't know. It just does not work. And we saw it the last home game before this one against the Chiefs, where it was 4th down. They decided to go for it on 4th down. Did a little bit of a trickery play. That did not work. I don't know if that was on 4th down. I think that was previous to the 4th down. But on 4th down, they just threw the ball away. I think that was a trick play. Was it Quez Watkins that had the pass and you just threw it incomplete? Why are you throwing it out of the end zone on 4th down? Just throw it up. If it's intercepted, it's intercepted. But yeah, and then yesterday against the Chiefs, flat route to Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell within the 5-yard line. You just lost 3 yards right there. And the Eagles need to get better within the 5-yard line. Other than that, I think Jalen Hurts is killing it for the Eagles offense. Takeaway number 9, Zach Wilson is the future of the New York Jets. Looked great. 2 really good throws. One, Corey Davis, that touchdown, which if you started him in fantasy football, thank you for listening to Time to Football. I got your back. And then a one against the sideline towards the end of the game. They were trying to make some clutch plays to try to, beat the Tennessee Titans in overtime, or was it close to overtime? I don't know, but it was a perfectly thrown post route pass and towards the sideline. Zach Wilson, he is the future. He's going to be fine. Better than Sam Darnold, I would say, for the New York Jets and their outlook. Saquon Barkley, last takeaway, will not be limited anymore. They have let the chains loose. Saquon is back to being Saquon. Looked great against the New Orleans Saints. And the last couple of weeks, he's been playing at 80% of running back snaps. So Saquon Barkley is now has the reins. And that is 10 takeaways from this past week. Now, we like to preview the Monday Night Football game coming up between the Chargers and the Raiders. And what we like to do with that is we like to talk about WinView games. So WinView is a nice app where you get to make predictions on props either pregame or live while the game is happening. So we ask 10 questions on this show that are available on WinView. You can download the app. You can actually use the download link that's in the description, winview.tv/time2football. Download the app, sign up, and start playing here today, and we're going to give you props for the Monday Night Football game via polls that we asked on Instagram. So these are actual props on the app, and you guys answered. We took the polls on Instagram. What you guys feel like is going to happen in this Monday Night Football game. So the first question that we have for Monday Night Football: either team records a safety or scores a defensive touchdown. Is that going to happen or is it not going to happen? Well, according to the polls that we took on Instagram, let's see. Oh, I got the spinning wheel of death right here. Not good. Okay, there it is. There it is. Finally working. 65% say no, it's not going to happen. 35% say yes, it is going to happen. I mean, it's pretty hard to get a safety or a defensive touchdown in the NFL, but 65% they agree with that. It's not going to happen. The Raiders force more turnovers than the Chargers. Is that going to happen or not? The Raiders' defense has been looking good, but you guys believe that? No. They're not going to force more turnovers. The Chargers they're actually pretty talented on defense. Asante Samuel's having a very good rookie season. Don't sleep on them. Both teams combined to score 52 or more points. Is that set to happen or not? 58% say yes, it is going to happen. It's going to be a high-scoring game, while 42% are saying no, it's not going to happen. Austin Eckler has 4 or more catches and rushes for a touchdown. Is he going to get that tutty, and is he going to catch for more than 4 catches? 70% say yes, it is bound to happen, while 30% are saying no, it's not going to happen. Next question. Hunter Renfrow has 4 or more catches. PPR king right now. Very underrated. May not even know it. Is it going to happen? 73% say yes, it is going to happen. 27% say no, it's not. Both teams combined for 800 yards of offense. 800 yards or more. Is that going to happen between the Raiders and the Chargers? 64% say no, it's not going to happen, while 36% say yes, it is going to happen. Hey, Derek Carr averaging, 300 yards a game? Justin Herbert, we know how talented that passing attack is. Either Henry Ruggs or Mike Williams, that's a typo, should say or Mike Williams, has the longest catch. Will that happen or not? 82% say yes, it is. 18% say no. Hey, Mike Williams has always been a deep threat. He's kind of backed down a little bit to be more of the X receiver for Justin Herbert in that offense, while Henry Ruggs has been a deep threat for Derek Carr. Darren Waller has more yards than Keenan Allen. Is this set to happen or is it not going to happen? 68% say yes, it is going to happen. 32% say no, it's not going to happen. Darren Waller, 19 targets in week 1. Since then, kind of sizzled down a bit, but might have a big game against the Chargers. Derek Carr passes for more yards than Justin Herbert. Is that going to happen or not? 62% say yes, it is going to happen. He's going to continue his great streak of, no, it's not 300 yards a game. It's 400 yards a game for Derek Carr. So 62% say yes, it's still going to continue to happen. 38% say no, it's not going to happen. And finally, the Chargers win this game by 3 or more points. Is that going to happen or is it not going to happen? Hey, pretty 50-50, kind of split. 52% say yes, it is going to happen. 48% say no, it is not going to happen. And that is your WinView props available pregame via the WinView app. Remember, you guys need to download the app, click the link in the description, sign up, start playing. You can also answer questions while the game is going on live. Lots of fun. I'm actually going to show you the app here real quick. Got my phone over here, and I'm just going to split it over here, put myself in the corner. So I have the questions already pulled up for Monday Night Football, right? So let's say, for instance, either team. Actually, let's go down here to Derek Carr passes for more total yards than Justin Herbert. Is that going to happen or not? Okay, we click on it. And according to you guys, you said yes, it is going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and click on yes. And then you have a point system because you go head-to-head. You can go head-to-head with strangers, your friends, your family, whatever. And you have a point system. You have a certain amount of points that you can put in on certain predictions. So if you're not confident on one, you can put in less points. If you're confident on more, put in more. I'm going to say, okay, I'm a little less confident. that he passes for more yards than Justin Herbert. I have Derek Carr as a sit this week, actually, in fantasy football. So I'm only going to spend 250 points on that. And then you go ahead and make your prediction. And listen, based off the amount of points that you put in, and whether you're right or wrong, you win more points. And if you win your whole matchup, you win some money. So winview.tv/T2F, click the link in the description. It is well worth it. Now, fantasy football questions, or even just viewer questions that you guys leave in the chats, the segment where we're going to respond to you guys in the chat. Okay, Jack Miserak says, great show. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Earthy Links, Belichick won yesterday. Worst game by Brady as a Buck so far. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the worst game by Brady as a Buck. If you remember that Sunday Night Football game against the New Orleans Saints, where they just got demolished, that was the worst game. That was the worst game I've ever seen out of Tom Brady as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. But this was, hey, he was kind of efficient, at least yardage-wise, 263 yards. So, hey, but yeah, Bill Belichick just game planned beautifully against Tom Brady. What else do we got? CHB says 3-1, and I sat Johnny Smith. Yeah, Johnny Smith, listen, I'm not too confident on him moving forward. I know he got the touchdown, but I mean, it's a thin position, so sure, if he's your weekly starter, I mean, I hope your other, like your flex, your wide receiver, I hope everybody else on your team is great, and your tight end could be the only weak spot. I'm okay with that, but yeah, I don't know, man. Octavio, I'm down 12 points and I have Herbert and Mike Williams, but opponent has Eckler and Allen. What are my odds? LOL. Hey, this is kind of a toss-up. Listen, I'm up in my viewer league by 9 points, I want to say, and I'm facing Mike Williams. That's all he has left to play. So I'm hoping, this is a half PPR, by the way. I'm hoping, that Mike Williams does not do that well. So I'm going to be rooting against you, Octavio. But realistically, though, I mean, Herbert, if he throws a touchdown to Allen or Eckler, that's more points for Eckler and Allen. So that kind of sucks. So you're going to have to hope that Justin Herbert, it's just Herbert to Mike Williams all day. You got that stack. So hopefully that works out. It's just kind of 50-50. It's a toss-up. I'm 1-2, down 4 points going into tonight, but I have Eckler. Oh, yeah, dude. Don't worry about it. Is it PPR? If it's PPR, got it, man. You're good. Don't worry about it. Scratch a sniff, Kentucky. How bad is David Montgomery's injury? I touched upon this on the beginning of the show. It's Ian Rappaport is saying it's a hyperextension. And based off of what people on Twitter are saying, there's some Twitter doctors out there, like literally Twitter doctors. I'm not saying like there's fans pretending that they're doctors, like they're actual doctors that say their opinions on Twitter. They're saying that David Montgomery, hyperextension, it could lead to maybe missing about 3 to 5 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks max. So that's good. That's really good news. So if you're a David Montgomery owner in fantasy football, it's going to suck for the next couple weeks at least. You're going to have Damian Williams, but I kind of hit on this in Time2Football with my rankings. David Montgomery has one of the best handcuffs in fantasy football. There's Tony Pollard, there's Alexander Mattison. These two are given. Chuba Hubbard, even for Christian McCaffrey, I would still say is one of the best handcuffs in fantasy football. But I tried to let everybody know that Damian Williams, if you draft David Montgomery, you have to draft Damian Williams. That's what I did. I took Damian Williams in the 14th round when I took David Montgomery in the 2nd. And I'm comfortable. I'm not freaking out because I know that Williams is one of the better handcuffs in the National Football League. And with Tariq Cohen out as well, he's going to have a 3-down roll. So the volume alone, at least, he's not as talented as David Montgomery, but the volume alone, at least, it'll be okay. Damian Williams will get majority of work. So hopefully you have him. If you don't have him, running back out of the week. What else do we got? All right. Continue to leave your comments. Earthy Links, great week so far. Tom Brady put me over the top by a couple of points. Hey, nice. All his players played and has no more. And I still have Keenan Allen to go tonight. That's a good feeling. Yeah. When you're you've already won and you're like, hey, I want to rest my starter. But it's not actually football, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, you already won and you have a player left to play. Now, sometimes I will give you a strategy though. If I'm up by like 2 points minimum, then and I have like a kicker or a quarterback or whoever left to play, I just take them out. Because if they throw an interception, if they miss some kicks, if you're penalized for missed kicks, you could lose your game. And I say 2 points minimum because if it's 1 point minimum, ESPN, NFL.com, they could do stat corrections all the time. You could lose by a point. I actually lost by a stat correction. I lost by 0.3 points actually this season, my viewer league, by a stat correction. I talked about it. Jared Goff's against the Patriots or the Packers when he tried to throw the ball. That counted as a sack when he lost control of the ball. Kind of sucks, but whatever. So that's the strategy. If you're only up by 2, I would take him out of the game. If you're up by like 15. Oh, no, you said by a couple of points? Dude, I would take the safe route and take Keenan Allen out. Because think about it. If he gets a fumble and then he gets hurt out on that play that he got a fumble, that's minus 2 points and he's not coming back in. I mean, just something to think about. Something to think about. Is it likely to happen? No. But in fantasy, dude, you never know. So I would take Keenan Allen out, but you do your thing. If you want to score more points, be the point leader, go for it. Yo, what's up? I want to trade for Darren Waller. I got Dalton Schultz and Michael Thomas to offer. What are my chances 12-team leagues? Hey, that's up to the person. Maybe the person is like, oh, man, Dalton Schultz, 2 straight weeks, touchdowns, 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks. Let me take him. Let me get him. And Michael Thomas, name value. Let me get him. I would do that trade. Like if I had Dalton Schultz and Michael Thomas, I would love Darren Waller. Absolutely love that. That's a solid every week starting tight end. Dalton Schultz is not a solid every week starting tight end. In a 12-team league, sure, when it's so thin out there. But compared to like the top 5 tight ends, Dalton Schultz, I wouldn't say is an every week starter at this point. So if you can make that trade happen, make it happen, I would love to have Darren Waller in that case. I hope Waller plays bad tonight. Yeah, so his stock goes down. Yeah, I've thought about that for a few players as well. I'm trying to trade for some running backs, and I'm always like, dang it, whenever they score a touchdown, because I'm like, gosh, dang, I hope their value just keeps on going down. Like Jonathan Taylor in my viewer league. No, not in my viewer league. My main league. Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to trade for him. I really do. But the last against the Dolphins, he had a good game. So my shots at getting Jonathan Taylor are out. Let's see. Sasuke, good morning, bro. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you, man? I won by 3. No, I'm 1-3. Yes! First win of the season, baby. I sit Ayuk and Javonte Williams. I went with Sermon and Jacoby Myers. Your thoughts on Ayuk? Should I trade him? Also, I have Gaskin. Thanks. Okay, so thoughts on Ayuk? It's Deebo Samuel, man. It's Deebo. Deebo's the main guy. And I thought, like, okay, well, if George Kittle comes back from injury, if Ayuk gets out of the doghouse or, like, gets better, I don't know, like, what's going on with Ayuk. Then Deebo's production is going to take a hit. Not the case. The most amount of production that we've seen out of Brandon Ayuk was against the Green Bay Packers when he had 6 targets and he had a touchdown. I don't think he's going to top any of that. Maybe he'll have like 1 or 2 games where he'll just have a ridiculous 120-yard game, 2 touchdowns, whatever. But it's no, Ayuk, I'm not that confident on him. So if you want to trade him after he has 1 more good game, sure. If you want to get rid of him to someone that knows Brandon Ayuk and his name value and, he's a talented player, sure. But Deebo Samuel is locked in as the number 1 receiver. It does not matter who the quarterback is. Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, they're both going to target him. Deebo Samuel is the guy. He's been the guy a couple years ago. He's going to continue to be the guy. Ayuk, I would try to get rid of him. Gaskin as well. I mean, if you're thin out running back, I would hold him. I think last week or yesterday was a little bit of an anomaly. I don't think it's going to happen. But Gaskin, yeah, he's not going to be a starting running back for you moving forward. Just a little depth piece for you. Okay, let's answer one more, uh, or just acknowledge a couple more comments. Jack, you say I'm tanking at the tight end position, but have Cook, but Knox is on the waivers. Also, is Woods going to come back to fantasy relevance? Woods, no, I'm not that hype on. That was a last-minute garbage time touchdown with Robert Woods. Still not hype on him. Wasn't hype on him in the beginning. Not big on him. Still not. That's the case. As far as Knox, yeah, Knox is going to be probably my tight end out of the week, I would say. Dawson Knox has been looking great the last 3 weeks. And then Aiden, 3-1 now, beat the only undefeated guy in the league. Let's go, dude. Pretty hyped for that. Hey, congratulations, man. Congrats. My last week I had, it was 3-0 versus 3-0. Picked up the win. I'm going to be 4-0. So it's good to know, that you're one of the last few undefeated teams going in, or you at least beat an undefeated team. It says a lot about your team. You moving on up. Love it. Love to hear it. We're going to go ahead and end this podcast. We've been running on a little bit too long. I say that every time, but I don't care. I'll run. It's my channel. I get to do what I want. I get to run this as long as I want and just chill with you guys, answer some questions. Hey, if you guys tuned in for the fantasy football live stream that we did this past Sunday, what are your thoughts on that? Leave your comments, because if the viewership, we had 92 people joining us at one time. At one point, it seemed like a lot of people enjoyed that. So, hey, maybe every Sunday I'll just do a Q&A for about an hour. But Monday through Friday, we do the show, 30 minutes. Make sure you guys subscribe. Stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow.